Konnichiwa minasan. Kyowa. We'll be talking about our favorite girl, Jianxin, and we'll be talking about why she's such a great character. She's an awesome unit, regardless of what people say about her.
Leads to wisdom.
Just look at her. Amazing. She's amazing. But anyway, let's get right into it, guys. Alright, Jianxin, our favorite monk who makes the best tea in the world. Why do I think she's awesome? She's a great character, and I'm trying to put all my biases aside because she is my favorite character out of the 5 stars that you can get. She is amazing, but let me show you why she's amazing. So our girl Jianxin does it all. She is a jack of all trades. First off, her skill ability is a parry. So if you wanted to parry, you'll just hold it down just like that, boom, and you can parry with that. If you hold down the attack button, she creates a shield and also does attacks at the same time, which is super amazing. Her heavy attack is what makes the shield when you have your forte gauge, I want to say that's called. When you have that gauge filled up to the very top, you can hold down your heavy, and then she'll create a shield for you, which is awesome. So people who are not so good at the game or who wants to play the game more safely, you should definitely pick up Jianxin. She's like a Zhongli, and she also heals herself too. She's like a Zhongli of Wuthering Waves. Nice shield. She can be a DPS, sub DPS, a support, wherever you want to build her as. She is good with all of that stuff. So let's just fight this monkey real quick. Do a bit of a showcase with her. Parry that right there.
Like this?
Dodge that. Now once you get your gauge up, like right there, just hold down your heavy, and then boom, you get that shield. You can then switch into another character, and that yellow is your shield there. So look how tanky that shield is. It is so nice. Havoc Rover just going in. Despite all the lag. So I would say to save her ultimate until you get the enemy down, or get the gauge down like that, break them, and then do it. And her ult, like, is a venti suck. Like her ult just sucks them all in. And I would say use the ult with your heavy to get that maximum damage out of her, and then just go in.
One with the sounds.
Like she just a very good character. The amount of safety that she provides for your team is just outrageous. She's amazing. She is phenomenal, and people just sleep on her. They say that she's a D tier with Ling Yang, and I also think Ling Yang is good. I think every character in this game is really good, but Jianxin, she's just amazing. She kills it in every way. Supports you, can be your DPS, can be your sub DPS, whatever you want to do with her, you can do it. And people are saying that like in late game her shield is not that strong or whatever, but I think if you use it at the right time and just don't like outright use it willy-nilly, she can still be very useful in the late game for sure. Definitely 1000%. So this is her resonant skill info. Chi counters When Jianxin is attacked in the parry stance, she does not take damage and immediately performs chi counter, dealing arrow damage. And this is her skill, that E ability. So you hold that down, you don't take damage, and then once you get done holding it down and you do damage, it does arrow damage to the enemy. Release the resonant skill button during parry stance to interrupt parry stance and perform chi parry, dealing arrow damage. So basically they're trying to hit you, you use that, parry them, boom, you got them. So this is her heavy attack primordial chi spiral. When she releases max stats, hold heavy attack and cast primordial chi spiral and start Zhao Tan progress. So when you get your gauge all the way to the top, like what we talked about before, you hold down your heavy and you keep holding that down, and it does do some damage, but it also gives you an anti-interruption when you're holding down the heavy attack button, which then allows you to not, you can still get hit if the enemy hits you faster than you make your shield, but you have a 50% reduced damage taken from when you're doing that, which is very, 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 very good, very great. And if you have the right type of teams with Jianxin as well, you can really put in work with that heavy attack, and we'll talk about that a bit later. Resonance Liberation creates a strong wind field, continuously pulling targets within the field to the center and causing arrow damage. When the wind field disappears, it will cause arrow damage to all targets within the range. So basically, when you pop her ult, it sucks them all in. It's like a super strong venti ult. It's stronger than Yang Yang's ult, because her ult also sucks you in, but Jianxin's ult is like a stronger wind field that pulls you in more than what Yang Yang's does, which is really good. So if you're like if you're going around the overworld and you're like clearing through mobs, you can, if you have a whole bunch of mobs together, you can suck them all up with her ult, get them all together, and then just group them all in and start doing damage with that as well, which is super amazing. It's super great. Like, she is phenomenal. Chef's kiss. I don't know why people were sleeping on her. She is a great character. I would say she's one of the best characters out of the standard banner that you can get. Verena's also good, but I think Jianxin just provides you so much comfort, so much versatility. Like, she can just do everything, anything and everything basically she does, which is phenomenal. Love it. Her intro skill pulls targets in the range, dealing arrow damage. So when she enters the fight, she's gonna pull the targets within the range and does arrow damage, kind of like a mini pull in. As long as they're close to her, she can like pull them in and get them, which is very great for when she comes on the field and starts kicking ass. For the weapons for Jianxin, I would say it's kind of hard to get weapons right now in the early game. I haven't got a lot of weapons dropped. This right here, the Hollow Mirage, this is great if you want to build a DPS Jianxin. This is great, the Mercado, if you're trying to build like a support Jianxin, or you trying to get her ult back faster, then you might want to run this one for the support version of her. This battle pass one is also good as well. It gives crit rate, which is really, really nice. And when the resonant skin is released, increase the caster's resonance liberation damage bonus by 18%, which is great for her. So if you want to do a DPS one, I would say this battle pass one is a top pick to go for now. Now, if you don't have the battle pass, then definitely just stick with the Hollow Mirage. And there's other good ones too. I don't have all of them yet, but since I'm building a DPS Jianxin, I'm gonna stick with the Hollow Mirage, which is really, really, really good. So the echoes that you can use for Jianxin as well, of course, pretty simple. Put the arrow stuff on the arrow character, you know, just plug and play. Super simple. I chose the Scion Feathered Heron before the game came out because I knew I was going to pick up Jianxin as my main DPS because she's awesome and she's fucking hot, you know. But yeah, super simple, Super simple for the echoes. I don't have that many echoes, but just plug in the arrow with the arrow, and then you're good to go on that. Super basic. I wouldn't worry about crit damage or anything like that in the early game. Just focus on attack, because she scales pretty well with attack. So just focus on that, and then once we get like towards the end game, start getting the crit rate, crit damage, all that good stuff, and the substats and main stats, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I would just say just get the arrow 5-piece if you can. If not, just get the 2-piece arrow. The monkey's good for her for the main slot. If you don't have this cyan feathered heron, put the monkey up here. He does arrow damage and increases the current character's arrow damage and heavy attack damage. So yeah, you can put the monkey in that slot. All that stuff benefits Jianxin, easily benefits her. So just go with that, and you should be all set on the echoes. Eidolons, aka Resonance Chain, and I think she has some pretty good ones. After casting intro skill Essence of Tao, Jianxin gains 100% extra chi from basic attack for 10 seconds. So that's pretty good. So that chi will help you get your gauge up faster, which will allow you to spam your heavy attack faster, which is great. And for 10 seconds, that's really good. Resonance skill Calming Air can be used one more time. So you will be able to use her resonant skill twice instead of once. So you get 2 parries instead of just 1 parry. And that's so freaking good, guys. That is so good. Like, especially when you get to the late game content, that's going to be great. 2 parries, guys, that's really good. After standing in the parry stance of resonant skill Calming Air for 2.5 seconds, resonant skill chi counter becomes available. Damn. Damn, man, that's pretty badass. That is pretty good. That's, oh my gosh. When performing Forte Circuit Heavy Attack Primordial Chi Spiral, Jianxin's Resonance Liberation Purification Force Field damage is increased by 80% for 14 seconds. So basically, when you're holding down your heavy attack, that becomes stronger for 14 seconds. And the damage is increased by 80%. That's a lot. The range of Resonance Liberation Purification Force Field is increased by 33%. So you get a stronger shield with her with that. During Forte Circuit Heavy Attack Primordial Ki Spiral, if Jianxin performs Pushing Punch, enhances Resonance skill. Special Chi Counter can be used one time in 5 seconds. Special Chi Counter does arrow damage equal to 556.67% of Jianxin's attack, considered as heavy damage. Obtain a Jiaoting Progress Force Shield benefits from Inherit Skill Reflection bonus damage. Guys, that was a fucking yap fest, but basically everything is good. Everything is good. All of that. Alright guys, now let's talk about some Jianxin teams. So we got Jianxin. I would recommend, I don't have him, Mortifi. He's great because he boosts his heavy attack damage, which is what Jianxin is mainly going to be doing. So if you have Mortifi, go with Mortifi. So if you don't have Mortifi, I would say go with Alto, because he helps increase the arrow damage by 23%, which is a good healthy chunk of damage for Jianxin, which is great because she does arrow damage. You could also run a sub DPS with Jianxin if you're building her as a main DPS. So you can go with Sunhua. So she increases your basic attack by 38%, which is also good for Jianxin because you're definitely going to be using your basic attack with her. So she's a good choice. You can go with Yang Yang if you want, because she recovers 4 resonance energy per second over 5 seconds for the next character. So that can give Jianxin some more resonance energy for her, so she can pop her ult quicker. There's so many different choices that you can do. You can go Cheat Shia if you want to. You can pick anybody you want, honestly, in that spot. If you're building Jianxin as a support, just pick a main DPS of your choice. either Ling Yang or Calcharo or Jian or whoever you want your main DPS to be. You can have her in the second slot, and she can be your sub TPS and your support as well. She can create the shield for you, put up your shield, switch back to your main DPS, and then just go in. And once your shield is gone, rinse and repeat, switch back to her and get your shield back up. And then the last slot, just put a healer in there. You can do Baiji or you can do Verena. Verena will be a great choice because she will increase the damage of all your teammates, I believe by 20% or something, once you get her the middle skill unlocked, which is great. That will be very beneficial for Jianxin. And yeah, you can pretty much use whoever you want. Just pick whatever character you like and go for it and just have fun with the game. Like, come on guys, look at her. How can you not be happy with this? Look at her. She's great. Her character design is great. They did it. Whoever cooked up Jianxin's character design, they need to give this person a raise because they did a phenomenal job. Like, she is freaking awesome. Like, look at her, man. Look at her. She's good. She looks great. She looks really great. Top tier character design for sure. For a standard banner character, they cooked, man. They cooked hard. But anyways, that's going to conclude my guide for Jianxin. She is a beautiful character. People shit on her, but eventually people will realize that she's a great character. I don't think she's D tier at all. I think she's like top tier out of all the standard characters that you can pick. But that's just my biased opinion because she's my favorite character. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Self-awareness leads to wisdom.